Hello and welcome to this live examination on my alternative channel, Anti-War. I got this tequila t-shirt on, thanks to Avion Tequila. They gave us the shirt. They were giving the shirts out at a taste in River Ridge, Louisiana. But this was not given to me. I had to buy this, and it's certified kosher, and I forgot that in my notes. Let me go back and put that. And then I'll describe it. Certified kosher. We'll say that. Okay, so it's Sauza Agave cocktails, premium malt beverage with natural flavors. This is the tropical twist, sweetened with agave nectar. Does not contain distilled spirits. Contains 2% juice. So 2% of this is juice. So it's showing passion fruit, pineapple, and other tropical fruits. Produced in America by more than one company for Sauza Tequila Company, established in 1874, but these just came out in 2022. You're going to get a little bit of foam, but it's going to die away. It's bubbly. It's pink from the juice. It's hazy from the juice, I guess, and the pulp. There's only so much filtering you can do, I suppose. To me, they taste better with real cane sugar, but they want to use agave nectar to give it that tequila-like flavor, kind of margarita type thing. Well, that's fine because some people like those. I've never actually had a margarita. I just tasted these things that are supposed to taste like a margarita. All right, so the aroma, yeah, smell like fruit. Do you get any of the underlying beer flavor? Oh, well, possibly pale malt. Let's go with the taste cheers. Very prickly carbonation. I noticed that right there. This is best by September. Got a water taste to it, tap water. I get that a lot with wheat beers. For whatever reason, wheat ales, maybe even lagers. I can't remember. Abita used to make a Abita wheat beer, and it was a lager. But I don't know why these wheat beers will have those wheat beers, not these, but those wheat beers will have a tap water taste. I don't mind tap water. I drink it all the time. I don't really drink bottled water, which many times, most of the time, is tap water that's bottled and it's treated, filtered more, maybe. I know there's one of the brands of bottled water that says Source, Atlanta Municipal Water Supply. I'm thinking, yeah, that's a deal. Okay. It's very sweet. I think these margarita type drinks are supposed to be very sweet. It's very strong in alcohol, 8%. It's a bit too strong. I've got a lager beer that's very strong. It's a Colt 45 High Gravity. Did I really want a 4-pack? No, I gave 1 pint can to my friend David, who really enjoyed it the second time he had it. I did a follow-up revisit review solo of that second can. The third can, we did a duo review. And the fourth can, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do what I call a double down, where I really go into detail on it. But I got to check my records and see if I can find any information on it. If not, I'll just review it on this channel tomorrow. Maybe. Okay. I guess if you want a bunch of calories, you're trying to gain weight, this could work. It's 196 calories. That's pretty high. Not as high as some of these things. I mean, like Spaten Optimator, Doppelbock beer. It's like 286 calories per bottle. That's crazy, right? It's a great product. Okay, I'm starting to get a beer flavor like corn. You know, like you get with whiskey. Corn, huh? Strange. The fruit flavor's there. I mean, it's pretty good. I would never buy it. I bought it. You said, well, you bought it. I bought a 12 pack. It was $17.99. I mean, but you know what I'm saying. I would never buy it to just drink. I buy these things. I never buy these things to just drink. I buy them for reviews only, and I almost never go back to them. Not because I had a bad experience with them necessarily. It's just I don't like to drink them. So I'll go to a new one that comes out. I'll pick it up, you know. But there's so many coming out now, I can't even keep up. I mean, it looks like every week there's some new flavored malt beverage coming out, FMB. So it's to the point now I just have to overlook many of them and pick the battles. If I bought every one I saw, my channel would be only flavored malt beverages, you know, basically. Which I'm not against those like I used to be. I used to not understand them, and I don't know what my problem was, but I didn't understand them. That was the problem. But yeah, this was fine. I'll give it a B. It's good. It's a tropical twist. I'm sure I would like the Sauza Tequila, the silver and gold tequila, a lot more than this. More pure product. But at least there's no coloring added, food coloring, which I don't think is dangerous anyway. But and there's no it's all natural flavors, which we in our minds is better than artificial flavors. Although I think in reality it doesn't matter, but in our minds we're thinking natural is better. This is why companies focus on that, you know. They'll emphasize natural flavors. Okay. I can remember 40 years ago, nobody cared, you know, it just wasn't any kind of, that's when things were changing, though. People were starting to make more of a focus on it, but an emphasis on it. But Americans are more obese today than 40 years ago. So there must have not been enough focus on it. I'm not saying they're eating bad food necessarily, they're just eating too much of it. It's really that's what causes the overweight problem. Is they're just eating so much. You know, like he started having all these buffet places, you know, and he just load up, just eat all this. And so it's just a habit Americans have eating a huge breakfast, then they eat snacks all day, and then a big lunch, and then a big supper time at 6 in the evening. And if you have all this intake, I don't care how healthy the food is, it's going to build up bulk. I mean, it's common sense. But people are not understanding that. They'll say, well, I'm going to change what I eat. Then they'll say, I just can't lose weight. Yeah, because you didn't change the volume. That was the issue all along, whether it wasn't what you were eating. Then they'll go around saying, I don't eat bread anymore. You don't eat bread? That's one of the 4 food groups. Bread and grains. Oh, well, and then they go around craving bread all the time. I wish I had some bread and butter. You could eat bread and butter. It's not bad for you. It's the amount that you're eating. Get away from the buffet. Don't go. I don't like to go to those places. For that reason, now my father, you know, they want to go. Let's go there. I'm like, no, you know. So it's a volume issue. But anyway, this kind of thing here, I'm not going to do a lot of volume on it because there's too many calories and the alcohol level's too high. I'm planning on drinking one more beer today. And that's the natural ice at 5.9. So I might start buying natural light. I don't really like light beer. It's kind of dull, you know, but I'm starting to think natural ice is a little too heavy hitting for all the time. When I say all the time, I mean 22 to 24 beers a week. Tastes really good, but I think natural ice is a really good flavor. To me, I'm drinking it. Somebody told me at work, that stuff's trash. I said, no, you're wrong. I don't even think he ever drank it. I'm just saying it, you know. I'll try to do a blind taste test with him one day. Natural ice versus Bud Ice. I'm sorry. He's a Bud Light drinker. He's always talking, it's the best. It's the best. Most of the world would agree with that because it's the best selling. Well, most of America would agree with that. It's the best selling light beer in America without any question. But I don't know, man. In a blind taste test, can you really tell them apart? I'd love to put him on. He probably won't do it, though. I don't need to do that. I'm like, yeah, you don't need to do it because you might get shocked. You're telling me, oh, I don't have much money. Well, yeah, I guess not. You got to buy everything you buy. It's a premium item, you know. And he tells me all the time, you get what you pay for. I agree with that statement. But if you can't afford it, you may have to start to make some compromises. But, you know, it's not my problem. But, you know, you got to have the best mayonnaise, the best sausage, the best peanut butter, the best brand beer, you know, the premium beer, the premium taco sauce, everything, you know, everything. You cannot buy a store brand like Top, you know, like Sure Fine or Best Choice or Food Club. You just out of hand say that's terrible. Well, really, it really is not terrible. And I've said that with those like canned beans. Oh, I gotta have Trappy's black beans. Oh, I gotta have Goya, which is very good. I have to have Allen's. I wouldn't get Food Club. Oh, no way, no way. And I'm thinking, well, you never tried it. And could you really tell them apart in a blind taste test? Now, if you could every time, well, okay, then that paradigm is established. You know what I mean? That worldview is established. But still, once again, you can't afford it. You know, this guy I'm talking about, you can't afford it. You're telling me you're under pressure for money, but you're buying all the premium items. Like, I'm a pauper, but I'm living like a prince. But that's why you're a pauper. And the cigarettes, you know, got to buy the cigarettes. Got to have those cigarettes. Got to have my cigarettes. And you know it. You know as well as I do what brand it is. It's an expensive brand. I was watching him. What was that brand he was puffing on? Not puffing, inhaling. I don't know. Some, you know, it's going to cost a fortune. But anyway, nonetheless, that's the way it goes, I suppose. Now, have I had some private label, you know, store brands, as we call them, that weren't up to snuff? Yes, I have on a rare occasion, actually. It's not, you know, 50 years ago, 40 years ago. Well, 50 years ago, they didn't really have those. 40 years ago. Yeah, those were a lot of those were kind of bad, you know, like they were just starting that in the 70s, in the early 80s. And it was almost like they were trying to just go as bad as they could and see if people would buy it. But then you have to satisfy consumer demand. If you make a lot of that stuff and it doesn't sell, it's not helping you, you see. So you got to improve the quality. Walmart has great value. I think it is a great value in many cases. They had a special one that Walmart made a sub great value. It was like even cheaper than great value. It was called budget value or something. I can't remember. Value saver or something. It was pretty good stuff, but it was like in its drab blue and white containers. And they stopped making it because they said, well, we know why they stopped. People wouldn't buy it. Even they just thought, oh, it's got to be terrible. You know, it's terrible. But I bought it. Tasted fine to me, like there's sugar, bags of sugar. I thought, oh, this tastes just like sugar. You know, it's very sugary. You know, and some of the like corn flakes or whatever, boxes of that tasted like just regular old corn flakes. But people weren't buying it. All right, now if they made a store brand flavor malt beverage, would I buy it? Well, they actually do make those. because Trader Joe's deals with that. Trader Joe's, which we don't have in our parish, but I can drive 20-something miles. They have that. And the chocolate stout, which I didn't see when I went there Saturday, they didn't have it. Maybe they're not making it anymore. The Bosom chocolate stout, 5.5% alcohol. It wasn't the greatest, $4.99 a 6-pack. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad. It just was a little dry. Like you could tell they were using cocoa powder mix, in it. But I mean, it was okay. It was fine. It was even in the good range, but nothing spectacular, but nothing terrible either. They might just be running short of some commodities right now to make it, because it did seem to be moving pretty steady. And I know Trader Joe's Simpler Times Pilsner and Lager sell like fire, over there in Metairie, Louisiana. I see people buying just cases of that stuff, cartons, the 12-packs, 6-packs. And still $3.99 and $6.99 for the 12-pack. So they're buying it like mad, It's just rolling out. So sometimes these things can be good. Now the Walmart brands, they tried Rockdale Light, Rockdale Ice. There might have been a Rockdale Premium, but we didn't get it. Those were pretty substandard. They didn't taste good. They were extraordinarily cheap, and I guess the sales were pitiful, and they discoated. They discontinued it. Same thing with the Cat's Away IPA and the Trouble Brewing. That was called Trouble Brewing, the Trouble Brewing line of craft beers. An IPA, a pale ale, a red ale, and that was a fourth one. Might have been a double IPA. But they were okay. They were all right. I kind of liked them. They had some interesting flavors, but I guess that there was no sales. I mean, I bought them. You could get a 12-pack for a pretty good price. You get 3 flavors of each, 3 cans of each of the 4 flavors. All you had to do is look at the packaging. You knew Genesee made it because it said made in Rochester, New York. There's only one big brewery there, so it was okay to me, but I'd have kept buying it, but it didn't work out. All right, anyway, so Sauza Tropical Twist, I'd recommend it with reservations, which I already discussed. So if you have any other questions, just ask. But I wouldn't buy it again, but that would be the case for any of these things. I didn't repurchase the Southern Comfort line. I didn't repurchase the Mike's Hard pack. I didn't repurchase the Cayman Jack variety. I'm just not going to buy these kind of things. But anyway, thanks for watching. And the plan, at least tomorrow, is probably, it could be a double down on the main channel, but the plan is to probably come back tomorrow with just a review of Colt 45 High Gravity. Am I going to miss that when it's gone? No, I'm not going to miss it. It's too strong. It's too heavy. It's too much to take. Very well made. Even my friend David had to admit that on the second can. He was like, it's tasting really good today. I said, see, you kind of warm up to it. It's just too much of a good thing. In other words, I would stick with the Colt 45 to 5.6 or the 5.6 double malt, which I can't figure out what that's supposed to be, but I guess they use an extra malt and less corn and gives it more of a European flavor or something. It's a different flavor, I guess. It doesn't taste much different though. All right, thanks for watching.